This is an exciting day because we get to install the Mangoal dual camera dash cam setup. We are going to install this in the 2018 Volkswagen Tiguan. There are so many crazy things that happen out on the road. You really do need a dash cam for not only insurance, but liability, and also just to capture the crazy things that happen out there. What is so cool about the Mangoal dash cam, it's very, very sleek. This is the original, this is before the dash cam, and you'll see afterwards how sleek it looks right behind the mirror, and it plugs right in, it gets power there. All the wires are hidden. There's no wires that you can see. It completely does not obstruct your view at all. It is so sleek and so OEM. You don't even know it's there. In fact, it's very hard for other people to even see if you have a dash cam. That's how low profile this is. So I'm very excited to get to use this. What makes the Mangoal Dashcam very unique is that one, it is so sleek and so OEM style, but two, the dual camera setup, it's high resolution, 4K in the front, 2K in the rear, but it also has the Starvis 2 chip in both the front and the rear. And not many dash cams out there have that. The advantage of that Starvis 2 chip is that it is very good in low light and nighttime settings, so you don't lose a lot of that resolution in very low light. And that's what makes this very, very cool. And what you'll find is that it is very easy to install. So if you go on Amazon or go on the website, the Mangoal website, you can enter in your make and model and year, and it will filter out and it'll find the exact one that fits your vehicle to give it that nice, clean OEM look. We'll put links in the description below, but let's get to the install. Let's open this up, see what's inside. Let's take a look at this packaging. This is the Mangoal dual camera setup, dash cam. On the side, you have a sticker that confirms what make and model you have, and also if it's Model A or Model B, two different types. You can see this is the Starvis 2, very nice chip inside. So the packaging itself reminds me a lot of like an Apple device packaging. Very, very nice setup here. And in the box, you have instructions. Here is the GPS module. There's a nice diagram on where exactly to put the GPS module. Plenty of wiring. Here is the Y harness, pry tool, and then a 128 gigabyte micro SD card. This is the rear camera. Look at all this extra cable that you have, so you can be sure to get all the way back to the rear camera. And then this is the front camera. The lens protected with a sticker. Nice high quality plastic, and it looks good. It doesn't look cheap. Nice thickness to it, and it definitely looks OEM. Nice and smooth. You can see here is the micro SD card. Easy access for once it's installed. You can get it in and out very easily. You have your power switch and then also photo switch. All these wires are labeled. Here's the GPS, power plug, and the rear dash cam. This section we'll see comes off. You cut it to whatever length fits. And then in here we have instructions, nice color images, plenty of images and diagrams on how to set everything up. Any question that you have, any adjustments or settings, it's all listed out nice and clear in here. Let's go ahead and install it now. Very nice packaging. Okay, so we have the seam right here. And what we're going to do is just kind of push the seam forward, just like that. And then around the other side. Next, what you want to do is grab this and kind of pull it down. Straight down like this. And that will loosen this part. There, just like that. You take out this little wire here. You don't want to just pull the wires because you risk kind of pulling them out. So you kind of take your pry tool, just like that. So now this is our power. Now we grab this Y adapter. All of these have different plugs, and so they only fit one way. There. You plug this one back into this original socket, and that also plugs in only way. You have this little fin, and that goes towards the right in there, nice and securely. So now that you have this remaining power cord, that is what plugs into the front dash cam. And you can see there's a power cord right here that's labeled power plug, and that only plugs in one way. Now these extra wires are going to tuck right up underneath. Now we're going to finish taking this front off so we can put this back on. Straight off like that. What we'll do is we'll take that sticker off when we're done so we don't get any fingerprints or anything on there. Now this rear dash camera, that is going to tuck into that headliner up on the top here, and this GPS is also going to tuck into the top passenger side of the headliner. Okay, so we're going to take this, that just slides right out straight like that. So I'm just going to take that end off right there. I'm going to take the rear camera, and I'm going to plug it into this, and this also plugs in only one way. Now I can tuck this excess all up in there while I run this cable through here. In the middle here, if you can kind of use the pry tool to start the headliner, get your fingers kind of wrapped under here, and you can feel a pocket under there. And that's where you want this cable to go up and sit. And once you get it started in the middle, you can just kind of work your way down here and get the rest of it tucked in there. You're going to do the same with the GPS module. This also only plugs in one way. Now, kind of similarly, I take the pry tool and I kind of start it in the middle here, and I get my fingers so I can feel a gap there. And now we take this and we are going to set this up in here so the wires run right through this groove. Okay, we had to move in the garage because it's getting to be super cold out. And so we have the dash cam in. You can kind of see it right there. It's looking really good. We have to run those wires. So we're going to do that right now. I'll position this GPS sensor kind of roughly right around here in the corner. So up here you can see this space right there. That's where I'm going to put it. Tuck that underneath the headliner here. I'm going to show you where we're going to run this cable. If you lift up this stripping here, this weather stripping, you can get the pry tool just underneath that headliner right here. And see that pocket? That's right where we're going to run the wire. You can see this cord for the rear camera. It is just a USB-C. So you can disconnect the camera for now so you don't wreck it. Put it off to the side while you're threading this wire. all along here, up here, and across this molding here. So we're going to finish up this last piece here. So see how that overlaps there? You want to be sure to get all the way around and then down so it goes behind that headliner. There you can see it's coming out behind that headliner. Now from here you have two options. One option is to have this wire tuck in the extra under the headliner, plug in your rear camera and just adhere it right to the glass right now. The downside is that you'll have wire that kind of hangs up like that. The other option is to undo this grommet and try to feed this through here, take this piece of plastic off, run that wire through here, and coming out the center here, there's a little bit of a gap, you could do that. And then you have the camera coming right here. That way you wouldn't have any wire showing like this. So those are the two options. This is by far the easier route. We're going to see if we can do the more difficult route. Now the next step is to take this plastic shroud and snap it right into place. It folds right over the mirror and it snaps into place at a couple different locations on both sides. It fits nice and snug and nice and secure. I did trim a little bit extra off the top here just to allow a little bit more wiggle room and easier just to put it into place. But it looks good. So now that we have the front dash cam installed, you can just see how good that really looks. You know, from where I'm sitting, you can't even see anything. There's no wires, there's no obstruction of view. You can move the mirror around just fine. Everything functions very well and very sleek, super low profile. So now that we have that installed and the wire ran, including the GPS over there and the back camera wire ran all the way in the back, now we need to install the rear camera, and we're going to try to route it through that conduit through the back door. It's a little bit more difficult, but I think it gives a nice clean look. So we're going to give that a try. Let's do it. I've never done this before. So we try to get the pry tool underneath here. This should pop out. Okay, good. Looks like we didn't break anything. Maybe we want to go in through this one. That's an open, more open cavity right there. Okay, that one just popped right up. So I found this long wire. It's just insulated copper wiring, and I'm going to tape it on the end of this. But first, let's just see if we can thread it through. There. Now I can keep pulling it through a little bit more. And it should be able to just kind of pop out right here. Good. That actually wasn't that bad. I might just pull a little bit out. I feel like that's plenty. Now we can go ahead and put this back into place. Let's put this somewhere in the middle. So now that we have the front camera in place, we have the rear wire ready to hook up the rear camera. We need to download the app so we can see the camera through the app, so we can get it properly lined up into the center and the proper angle before we get it mounted. So next step, let's download the app and let's explore that a little bit.
So now you just go to the manual and you will see a QR code. You scan that code and that takes you directly to the app. Go ahead and download the app and agree to the terms. And now go ahead and add the camera. It'll take you to settings, so make sure you have the correct settings and the camera connects right away. You'll see a variety of camera settings. You can turn on sound recording on or off, adjust the speaker volume, adjust the video resolution. We chose 4K at 30 FPS. You can change the loop recording options, exposure compensation, we chose 0, and timestamps, yes, speed units, miles per hour. We also have high dynamic or wide dynamic range, anti-flicker, adjust the frequency based on your region. Collision sensing, we turned to medium. Parking monitoring collision detection, we chose maybe low or medium setting. Parking monitoring duration, we went with 24 hours. Also within the app is an installation tutorial. You can scroll through, find your specific vehicle, and click on it if you need additional help. Now let's install the rear camera.
We're going to mount it like this with the up arrow up. We're going to plug it into the side here. We're going to use the app to adjust exactly where we want to position the camera. It's going to be somewhere in the middle, but this also allows us to adjust the angle up or down of the camera. We do have power. You can see this indicator light. There's power. We confirm that we have the camera facing in the correct location. It's not upside down. And again, you have this sticker with the arrow pointing up. Now look how sleek that looks. And before we start any recording, we have to make sure that the card is inserted and formatted.
Insert the micro SD card and go right to the app, hit format, and it'll format the card right away. Let's look at a few examples. Here you can see the front daytime camera, very high resolution. Now let's try a more difficult situation facing directly into the sun. You can see there's very minimal lens flare, still very good resolution in the front camera. The rear camera is 2K, still very good resolution in daytime setting. Now let's move to nighttime. Here is the front camera at night. You can see that Starvis 2 chip really provides a good resolution at night through that front camera. And the rear camera too. That's where that Starvis 2 chip comes in. Even though it's 2K resolution, it still provides good clarity in low light situations. Here's an example of the rear time-lapse parking mode. It also has front time-lapse. It's very nice to have this for extra security while parking. You can quickly download the video or photos that you'd like, find it, select it, download. You can see how quickly it downloads this wirelessly, very, very fast, and you can save it directly to your photos and you can share it with anyone you want.
So that concludes our video on the installation of the Mangoal Dashcam. And I have to say, after using it for a while, it actually works really, really well. I'm so impressed with how well it fits in the vehicle. Check out your particular make and model of your vehicle on their website, and you can find a match that matches your vehicle and have that OEM look. What else sets apart the Mangoal Dashcam is that it is so low profile and sleek, you can hardly even notice from the interior or the exterior that you have dash cams. But not only that, there is a Starvis 2 chip on both the front and the rear. It gives you a wide dynamic range in the front and increased low light sensitivity in the rear. You have less artifact with motion blur. And so not many dash cams have those particular chips in both the front and the rear. And so that is a huge advantage with the Mangoal. If you're going to go through the work of installing a dash cam, you might as well get a good one. It can save you with insurance claims. You really do need a dash cam in this day and age. There's so many crazy things that happen out in the road. So check out the Mangoal Dashcam. Thanks again for Mangoal for sending this out to me. I really appreciate it. Thanks a lot for watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll catch you next time. Bye.